picture. Then all of a sudden, I said I can have a chip here or there. I can have a snack. All of a sudden, you were having the whole bag of chips. You're still saying, well, don't worry, I'm on phase 3.5. We're good to go. Phase 3.5 isn't a phase, right? We all know this. We all know it. I have done it this summer, like I said, and I'm not just saying this. My first challenge, I was super happy. I was even more happy with the second challenge. I was down to my goal weight. I was like, yes, this is awesome. Then I started teaching the kids class. Things happen. I have not been able to get back on track completely in over a year, okay? That is a long time, and I am an instructor. I do try to stay compliant. There are reasons why I just physically can't do it. I could be stressed out for certain things. There may be a pinpoint reason in my life. You have to figure out what that point is, and you have to make a change. Until you do that, all your words are just words, right? So I want you guys to think. So on this piece of paper, even if you guys don't have the packets we made yet, don't worry, they're coming. We're making a bunch of them. Raise your hand if you don't have them. All right, Sue Ann, Amy, and Dina. Okay, so we'll get those made for you. Janelle's on it. Yeah, Janelle. I want you guys at the bottom, whatever piece of paper you have, take 5 minutes. What made you get off track? Even if this is your first challenge and you didn't stick completely to the nutrition, I want you to write down, why am I not committing to the nutrition? What's stopping me? You guys come to classes, you want to make that change. Why is it that you just can't jump right into it? All right, so take 5 minutes. We'll put the music up a little bit so it's not weird. And you guys can totally just take 5 minutes, think about it. Talk to the person next to you. Why is it that we're not following the nutrition? 5 minutes, we're writing it. Pass out pens. You need any more pens? Let's see, Patty. Oh yeah, we're going to pass them out. So on your first sheet, the My Legacy Is sheet, I would like if you guys can all write it at the bottom. All right, these are going on our fridges. I see this. You guys have beautiful fridges, but yeah, just write it down whether it's on the back or right on the bottom. Really think about it and just don't write because I just don't want to. You guys want to follow the nutrition. I know you guys do. No judgment free zone. And also, so now, just a little bit while you guys are writing, we are all in this together. I mean, we see this time after time. We are a Max family. I think Old Bridge, truthfully, no offense, because I know people. Elaine, where is she? Sorry. I think we truly have something special that no one else has. I just feel it on the secret groups. I feel it when we do, Rugged Maniac, our Max night outs, they are amazing. So, we're all human. Sometimes other people's stories can help, motivate, spark something. So even if someone didn't want to dig deep enough to figure out the reason, maybe if anyone wants to volunteer just a little bit about what they wrote down, completely optional. A, saying it out loud sometimes helps us. We're holding ourselves accountable. We're all family here. And B, it might help someone else, trigger that. Does anyone want to say maybe a little bit? Elaine?
Woohoo! Oh, yeah.
So I figured out why I fell off track to nutrition training. It's because of boredom and just plain old being tired of prepping. The stress of having to do the food shopping, to go home, make sure everything's prepared, make sure everything's in the house. Then I started buying everything, and then because it's the summer, who wasn't home, who wasn't there to eat. I was throwing a lot of food out. I wasn't cooking because my whole family wasn't home, and I would make a whole bunch of stuff and say, okay, well, it's all here, it's all in the refrigerator, and then at the end of the week, I was throwing it all out. So that's why, and I just figured that out of why I did this summer.
So now you think it's easier to do, so now, I'm sure like a lot of us are going through this, so now you think it's easier to just grab something on the go. Oh, we're just going to go out to dinner tonight, right? And then how do you feel after you do that? Just think about it. You feel, right? So now what feels better? Making, food, so now this is all about thinking about what the cause is and how we're going to turn it around. So the best thing is, okay, we make a lot of food, no one's going to be home. But if I go out to dinner, I'm going to feel like crap, so what do? You make less food. right? Just think about it. While we're doing this, while we're working with each other, just think about other things, how we're going to take that one thing and how we're going to flip it around. All right, anyone else? Thanks, Elaine. Joe.
I just finished my second challenge. The first challenge, it was the end of the winter, beginning of the spring. I was right on. Sundays was my prep day.
Yeah.
Came to this summer and it was all my prep work. Sundays was either on the go or I was working overtime or working a lot. It just didn't happen where I had that time to prep. It was easier if I got called into work. It was easier just to stop and get some on the way in.
So sometimes we're finding that it's just easier. You know, we have that fire lit from under us. I'm sure, you know, and we're like, okay, I'm going to do it. It's 10 weeks. It's 10 weeks. And then, you know, we get to the next one and we kind of look at legacy as, you know, all right, I paid for my 10 weeks. Guess what? Every challenge is 10 weeks. I'm just, you know, we do this on purpose. It's not just for the new members that are walking through the door. It's 10 weeks. So every challenge, now we have one coming on Monday. What you should be doing is pretending every single day before that kickoff, after that kickoff, leading up to Monday, this is my first challenge. I never walk through the door, right? We always say have those new goals. This is our first challenge. Every single one of us, we are in this together. All right, so anyone else? Aiden?
So I wrote one more thing, but I mean, fit in the home and around. I get lazy. I truly just get lazy. I don't want to cook. I don't want to look at food. I don't really give a damn what we're eating, you know, and that's a biggie for me. My family's foodies. They go out and talk about food 24/7. You know, and my daughter's a size 0. You know, and like, Mom, this place in Brooklyn has great ice cream. This place, I gotta get pizza in Brooklyn. And we gotta go to Manhattan and have this.
It's like torture.
It's awful.
It's like, yeah.
You know, tired, boredom, all those things. It's a long road to the finish line. You know, it's just a really long road. And it's hard. It's hard to say that. So it's hard.
And, you know, it's true. You know, we always think, like, we're never, and we're all in this together. We all feel this way, you know. This is why we say, you know, think about those accomplishments. And what I think a lot of people, after realizing in this, is that, and I'm sure, you know, you could say, people do not feel deserving of this. They don't. They come in and they're like, you know, I only see myself as the person before. Guess what? You guys are hell worth it. You guys, seriously, you have to understand that, you know, you deserve everything, all the good things, all the accomplishments, max 1,000, you know, finishing it. You have to take those accomplishments and realize that's a step forward. That's a step forward. Because imagine jumping all the way back here, feeling like crap. Hold on to that amazing feeling because there's nothing like it, right? Going to the store, those clothes are fitting. All right, I'm going back to the store again. Now I'm in a smaller size. Oh my gosh, my kids are doing planks with me. My son's eating healthier. You have to hold on to these things because that's what's going to drive you to it. You can't give up and you can't be lazy with yourself. You could be lazy, you could be, I don't want to cook today, but you have to think about your families, think about the people around you, and hold on to that good feeling. You got to do it because you guys are seriously worth it. So clap it up for just being here. One more before we go on to the next section.
Yes.
Bernadette.
Hi.
Hey.
Sometimes I feel unsuccessful because I'm very challenged with my knee problems and stuff like that, and I can't do a burpee because I can't go down on my knee, and I got to do modifications. So I feel like I'm missing out. I'm really trying to get to that step that I know I'll never be able to. So that kind of it's upsetting for me. You know, and it's very stressful for me because I really want to be able to get up to that plateau with everybody else. And I've been here since the end of March.
And I see this like the number one thing when people have to modify and they see people and they look at the most fit person in the class and they're like, oh, well, I'll never do what they're doing. You know, it's crazy because the people that are doing that level, there might be at a point or there might be things that are difficult to them that you don't even realize, and there might be more things that they want to accomplish that they might fear the same thing. So if you always look at yourself as being stuck, and I will say this, and until I die, if you think that modifying is taking the easy way out, you are out of your mind. Modifications, whether you are squatting for that touch and jump, that takes a lot of effort. You are moving your body for 45 minutes. You are using your core, you are using your legs and your arms. If you can't jump a burpee, oh well. Jumping for some people might be easier than squatting it out. And you know, you never know someone's journey, so never think that modifying is taking the easy way out, because the easy way out is sitting on your couch and thinking that you're not worth this. So, seriously.
I just want to echo Bernadette's sentiment about feeling challenged, not meeting up to what everybody else is doing. I also hit that wall, and I was also getting very frustrated because I would see participants around me doing a lot more, doing the exercises the way they're supposed to be done. And I was getting discouraged, and I just realized you have to set goals for yourself. You can be encouraged by other members, but if you set little milestones for yourself, when you meet those, you feel so much better about yourself.
Yeah, and that's what it's about, and that's kind of like what I said. You know, I don't know if you have something to add to this too, but it's just, there's never a ceiling. I remember Rich told me this, and I'll like never forget this. Never set a ceiling for yourself. You know, never say that this is where it ends, because the possibilities are completely endless for you. So if one day, you know, you're holding that plate 2 seconds longer, you know, I remember when you started, and I cannot believe the transformation that I've seen in the things you're doing, and just everyone's overall, you know, outlook on being in class. So clap it up for you.
I was just thinking about when you said, you know, modifications, and you look at other people that are in the class that may be doing burpees and thinking, oh, I'll never be able to do that. But you have come so far in your own fitness journey, even though you may think that, oh, I'm never going to be able to do that burpee. But, you know, 3 weeks ago you weren't doing squats as low as you weren't able to, you know, touch the floor, get down on the floor, do mountain climbers, and now you are. So don't think about, you know, those goals that you know, have in your head that you'll never be able to reach. Just think about where you were before you started Max and how much further you've come along even in those modifications. But everything Alex said, just that, you know, everything, it's like, yes. Yeah,
And Australia,
yeah.
So
Absolutely.
So now, you know, obviously with what we said, we want you to think about that. So now we're going to start getting into, Priscilla's going to go into, so like I said, we're going into a new 10 weeks. This is week 1. This is not your 13th challenge, your second challenge. This is a new challenge. Think about your goals, right? I'm painting over that wall. Yes, I have to paint over it because that marker doesn't erase. Painting over that for Monday. So Monday, new goals. Everyone is writing down a new goal. If it's, we figured that Andrea, thanks. No,
Yeah, so we bought chalk markers. We didn't realize they were permanent chalk markers.
But so now we're going to reevaluate those goals, and it could be 10 goals that you have. The options are endless, but we're going to come here day 1. You know, it's not going to be the first 3 weeks. We're super hyped. We're in this. Then come week 5, that's it. We're not doing that. You guys came to this. You guys obviously care a lot about making a change in your life. So what we're going to do is Priscilla's going to walk us through 3 different scenarios. So now one of them is going to be first, she'll write it all 3 on the board. So for the next 10 weeks, we're going to have a nutrition plan. One's going to be if you have never followed the nutrition plan, completely didn't even look at it. Second is,
No, I really haven't been following it for a long time.
Yep.
So where do you start?
We're gonna do that for
All right.
you. So she's
So-
gonna go over that for us.
Nutrition, for the legacy nutrition information. So a lot of times legacy members are very confused. I don't know what plan I should be following. Do I stay on stage 4 for the rest of my life? You know, do I go back to stage 1 every 10 weeks? Do I go back to stage 1? A lot of times we're misinformed. We're not really sure what we're doing. And even if we fall off, we just kind of assume, oh, I'll just go back to whatever stage I want. So let's go through.
Which one do I like?
Let's go through the scenarios here. Okay, so to begin with, we have 3 scenarios. I reach my goal and want to maintain. All right, scenario 1. This is a fairly small category, I believe. A lot of us probably don't fall there yet. Scenario 2. I want to continue losing weight. I think majority of us fall into that category. And for the very few lucky people, scenario 3, I lost too much or want to gain or bulk up some more. All right, so these are the 3 scenarios as far as the nutrition plans, and I'll go over it with these. So as far as if you want to maintain your weight and don't want to continue losing weight and you're afraid that you're going to lose too much if you stick to the plan, I know. That'd be like my dream. Yes. So if anyone happens to fall into that stage, that category, basically stage 2 is your maintaining stage. All right, stage 2 is your maintaining stage. Now, I'll skip this one for now, I'll go back to this one. Scenario 3, I lost too much or want to start bulking up. So, let's say, for example, you've lost too much weight, you're at 100 pounds, and you want to be ideally, let's say, 150, with muscles. Let's just say hypothetically. What you want to do is, let's say you take that 150 pounds, and you want to increase your protein intake according to that weight. So there's a formula. It's 150 times, I think it's 120 grams of, no, not 150, must be 1.5 of protein.
Someone get the calculator out.
So basically what you want to do is you follow stage 2, maintain stage, but you're going to add additional protein to your diet. So a lot of times men will fall into this category where they have reached an ultimate size and they want to continue bulking up and building lots more muscle. So then you'll add extra protein to your diet. So stage 2, a lot of times this will call for an extra 1 or 2 servings of protein. Now for ladies, same thing. If you've reached your ideal size and you just want to have a little bit more muscle definition on your body, you want an ideal, like you have an ideal, weight size that you'd like to reach, basically you're going to add an extra protein to your max stage 2. All right, so I'll cover scenario 2. I want to continue losing weight because I think that's where we mostly fall under.
And we'll break it down into the 10 weeks. So yes, so stages.
Absolutely.
Now this is where if you're in the scenario, you're going to write down on your first piece of paper. Does everyone have a copy now?
No.
Oh, Sue-Ann.
They didn't give me
Sue-Ann a copy.
All right, here comes Stacy.
Oh, and Dina. So now she's going to break down, this is going to be for the next 10 weeks, like with nutrition, what you should be doing each week. So every time you have nutrition switches, you know.
Okay, so I want to continue losing weight. So what you want to do is you want to stick to stage 4 with reintroduction of treat meal. Now, you stay on stage 4 for as long as you can until you reach a point where, 1, you're not seeing any changes at all. You're plateauing, your weight's not dropping, your size isn't moving, you're not seeing any changes at all. You hit that plateau for 2 weeks, and then you're going to cycle back through and I'll go back through which stage you need to go back to. So that's one scenario out of that. Second scenario is you're on stage 4 for X number of weeks. You're starting to get very hungry. You're going to start reaching out for those cookies or whatever that's in the house to satisfy that hunger because no longer the broccoli, zucchini, they're just not cutting it anymore. You're finding that you have low energy in class, you're not being able to push yourself. So when you reach that point, basically you're on stage 4 for as long as you can until you reach that point, one of those 2 things, you're going to cycle back through. I recommend that you go back to stage 3 to begin with, and then cycle your way through. So you go back to stage 3 weeks, then you go back to stage 4 the second time around. When you go back to stage 3, initially you may not see any changes until you reach stage 4 for the second time round. All right, so you stay on stage 4 again, second time round for as long as you can until you reach that point again. Now I found, like in my first challenge, I was doing stage 4 for 8 weeks until I reached that point. I went back to stage 3. I did stage 3, stage 4, and the second time around I found like 4 weeks was the longest I could stay on stage 4. I was burning a lot more calories, I was working a lot more harder than the first time. I was, a lot more fitter, my endurance was a lot stronger, so I could only last 4 weeks. Then I decided I will go back to stage 2. I decided to go back to stage 2, that way I felt like my body really needed the carbs. So it all depends on your body, listen to your body. Stage 2, because you're still getting 2-1-2-1 carbs, you're still getting that carb every day. Stage 3, you're alternating the day, so you're still only getting 1-0-1-0 for the stage 3. So I recommend go back to stage 3 initially, and then see how that works out for you. Go through stage 4 again. If you need to, if you feel like stage 3 is just not cutting it, second time around, go back to stage 2. I don't believe anyone should really need to go back to stage 1 unless if you feel that you've been completely off track, like back to pre-max days. You're going out eating burgers and fries every day, you're eating takeouts, pizzas. If you've been doing that for an extended period of time, you may want to go back to stage 1 this coming challenge. But that's up to you. Okay? Do we have questions?
If you go back to stage 2, if you said 3's not working, how long do you stay on 2 for?
So you go back to stage 2 for the same 2 weeks. You know how we did
Yeah,
stage
map
1,
out
3
10
weeks?
for them, so they can break down like for the next 10 weeks. I think so we'll map out like just an example, like for the next 10 weeks, what, like 4, 4, 3.
Yeah, like you fill it in on the page.
Yeah, so we can actually fill out, your papers right today.
So week 1 is stage 4, 3.
So,
Let's give them a scenario.
yep,
with
so
the
for
papers.
example, let's see, you have that piece of paper. For the next 10 weeks, I want you to map out what you want to do as far as each week, what stage you're going to be following. So write down, for example, if you think you can go 4 weeks, stage 4 with the treat meal, write that down right now. So everyone with your pen and paper, write down on
If you want to
there.
go completely off track, what I would suggest doing is for the first week, go to stage 3. If you are completely off track, I would jump to stage 2. It is always better to go to an earlier stage and be on a stage than to not be on a stage at all. So if you're completely off track, go for stage 2 for 1 week. Then drop down, go to stage 3 for 3 weeks. Then we're going to try phase 4, just like what she said, for however long we can. If we feel like I'm going that crazy, we're going to go right back to stage 3. So by this point, you guys know what you guys are successful as far as the stages. If you feel like, hey, I want to lose as much weight in week 1, and you feel like you're going to fail at that, don't write stage 4 down. Go to a stage that you think is going to be most helpful for you. So, for example, you know your body. I know stage 4, I'm like, it takes me some time. You might need till the end of the challenge to get there. So maybe I'll start like what Priscilla said, stage 2, and switch it to stage 3. So map out, for your next 10 weeks, which stages you think would best work for you after reviewing your last challenges.
And now stage 4, I'm sorry, I should know this, is weeks 9 and 10, that's the new
Yep.
clause?
Yeah.
Okay, because that would,
the first challenges are?
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I don't
Of the
remember
stages,
what
so
they were.
stage 1 was 3 weeks, and it was 2 carbs every day for ladies, 2 proteins, 3 fats, 2 fruits by 12 noon. That was stage 1. Stage 2 was when we were starting to carb cycle, 2 carbs, 1 carb, 2 carbs, 1 carb, and we also started alternating the days that you could have fats. And then it was still 2 fruits by 12 noon, and staying 2 proteins. Stage 3.
How long is stage 2?
Stage 2 was 3 weeks. And then stage 2 is 2 weeks. Stage 3 is when we started doing 1 carb 0, 1 carb 0, and we were also alternating the days that you could have the fats. And fruits were 3 fruits until 3 p.m.
yeah.
Yeah, and then stage 4, the last one, 2 weeks, no treat meal, and then we were alternating the days that you could have extra fruits. There was 4 fruits, 2 fruits, 4 fruits, 2 fruits, no carbs every day. And the true food days were the days when you could have that fat.
So what I would do now is end your challenge, and this is like when I meet with people, end your challenge, so weeks 9 and 10 you're on stage 4. So when you're mapping it out today, end it to where you're in stages 4 right before the pictures.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like we're ending everyone together and on stage 4.
So everyone get your pen and paper and start writing, guys. I want you to map out your next 10 weeks. Write down what stage you're going to all be following.
To start at stage 3?
When do you lose Ezekiel? Stage 3 or
Stage 3.
Stage 3.
Yeah, stage 3 we cut out all.
That's the sad
No more Ezekiel after stage 2.
Just remember, being on a stage is better than nothing. So don't feel guilty if you have to write stage 2 too many times.
Stage 2, 2 weeks. Actually,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
so do you need the gluten-free items or you don't eat anything, so not even like sweet potatoes. You can have sweet potatoes, beans, lentils. Use those instead of like
Right now, we're like
the brown
10,
rice. Yeah. stage 3 3 weeks.
No, what I'd like to see, I just,
Was that in your first stage when you were just doing it for 2 weeks for an extended
That was
period?
the first,
Just for 2 weeks?
yeah.
And you were eating lots and lots of carb-dense vegetables? Like broccoli, zucchini, cauliflower? No, the reason is because a lot of people will eat tons and tons of salads. Salads don't have as many carbs in them, like things like broccoli, cauliflower. So you really want carbs from those vegetables.
yeah, that's good.
Right, the body needs carbs from those vegetables and from your fruit. Because you're getting all your carb sources from vegetables and fruits. So you definitely want to drink lots and lots of water. But if you're finding that you're getting lightheaded, then you always look at stage 3. It's not a time to do so. I'd rather you be successful in stage 3 than go to stage 4 and start, looking for other sources. Yes.
I've been in the middle. Kind of on, so they should start. Stage 2 for the first week. Right. And from the middle column then.
Everyone, let's, so we can all hear everyone else's, questions.
I get down to stage 4, and you might as well just kill me. I can't stay there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we have this thought in our head that stage 4 is so extremely hard that we're not even going to attempt it, or it's like this mental block in our head where we think, oh my God, stage 4, stage 4, stage 4. And we, already derail ourselves just from the thought of, okay, I'm never going to be able to stick to it. So I guarantee if you go through each of these stages and you're 100% on track with the nutrition, you're precise, you're measuring everything, writing everything down, you're paying attention to the times of the day. You're not eating an hour before or an hour after class. You're not eating within 3 hours of going to bed. You're eating your first, meal or first snack as soon as you get up out of bed. All of these things. Once you start doing it, stage 4 won't be so difficult. You'll be fine.
And also in these, so I wrote down 3 scenarios. Obviously, we know our own body. If we feel like we're going to flip, rather than going off the deep end, we're going to go backwards a stage. But I wrote 3 scenarios. This one is we're completely off, Barbara, hey, right over here. This is if we're completely off. You have to think about these stages. And I tell people on stage 4, it's a difference of 2 carbs, 2 servings a week. So we can't look at it as, oh my gosh, no carb stage, 2 carbs. What are we going to do? We're going to add another fruit, pretend it's a carb, make it a fruit pizza. So here, I said I thought this would make the most sense, starting on stage 2, getting used to it again. Then we're going to go to 3, just like in the beginning, for 3 weeks. We're going to go back to 2. Oh, we're freaking out a bit. We're going to go back to 3. Then we're going to end with no treat meal. For here we're kind of off. We're going to start on stage 2. Just get familiar with the stages. Then we're going to go down to 3 to 4. We're going to slip it in there. Back to 3, 4, 3, and then 4. Obviously, if you think you don't have to go back to stage 3, you want to stay on stage 4, go for it. But remember, if you feel like you're going to flip a little bit, I would switch. And then this is like we're kind of on it, but we're like more on it than we're off. Starting with 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, and then ending 3 weeks of stage 4. All right, now you can play with these, but this is just more of a direction of what I suggest, just flipping back and forth to trick your mind a little bit.
And like a lot of people were asking, stage 4, I can't do it, it's just too hard. I would definitely recommend, I would rather you be successful in stage 3 than go to stage 4 and be totally off. Right. If you're struggling stage 4 and you're reaching for those cookies or whatever's in the house, anything to satisfy that hunger, then definitely I would much rather you go to stage 3 and be 100% than go to stage 4 and be 50% or 60 or 70.
It's not hunger, it's that I can't have my peanut butter and rice cake.
I know.
It's only been a couple weeks.
Question.
No, it's a long
You
time.
guys said it, but I think I missed it. Is just week 9 and 10 no treat meal on 4? If you're on 4 on other weeks, is it no treat meal or?
Just for weeks 9 and 10 in the
For your
challenge.
sanity.
Okay.
And, well, yeah. For your sanity. Well, it's not really their sanity, but
For my sanity, I need it.
no, yes,
saying
the rest of the,
the
yes,
opposite.
no, but yeah, no sanity in this week, yeah.
Yeah,
Right here.
we lose that. That picture's
Yes.
coming.
No, but for the pictures, we want to look absolutely phenomenal for the pictures, so we cut the treatment out for the last 2 weeks.
So you can be
So-
on, I guess what she's saying is if I'm stage 4, weeks 1 through 4, I can have a treat meal? It's only 9 and
Yes.
10 when you're
Yes,
stage
yeah,
four.
reintroduce, yeah, you
Okay.
can't go, no, we don't recommend you going more than 2
Pass it
weeks
out.
on 9 and your treat meal. If you go any longer than that, you're absolutely gonna lose your sanity, like she was saying. You're going to like go crazy bananas, absolutely. You need that treat meal, not only you deserve it, but you also need it for that shock to the system. You wanna make sure you're continually getting that shock to the system with your metabolism. That treat meal will do that for you. And don't step on the scale and think, oh my God, I just, worked so hard all week and now I'm 2 pounds up because of my treat meal. I'm gonna just quit it altogether. It's all good. It's good for the body, okay?
So everyone should have wrote down something for your 10 weeks. Now, read the bottom of it and you're signing it. You came, you took the time to come here. We do have like a small portion that we want to go through afterwards, but this is like you're not signing it. You're signing a life away to yourself, basically. To the max. Commit to it. Write down the 10-week plan, commit to it.
This is your agreement with us that you are going to stick to it. Now, please sign. All right, so everyone, I mentioned in the post Max Buddy. Who has a Max Buddy? Someone that you rely on to get you out of bed. If you don't show up to class, they'll reach out to you. You share e-logs. If you do not have a Max Buddy, if you don't have a Max Buddy, tonight you are going to get a Max Buddy. Hands up all those people who do not have a Max Buddy here. All right, make your way to somebody and let's buddy up tonight, right now. So, actually, yes, let's do that. All right, hands up, everyone who doesn't have a Max Buddy here tonight. All right, what class time? You're all over. You're all over.
I think I have 7:30.
7:30. Anyone from 7:30 who doesn't have a Max Buddy? Oh, there we go. All right, you guys, make your way together right now. All right, hands up. Who else doesn't have a Max Buddy tonight? 5 a.m. Anyone from 5 a.m.? There we go. All right, so
We have one more, 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Where's my blockers?
There we go. There we go. All right, everyone. On your feet, make your way to your buddy right now. Go. With your papers and pen. Go. You have 10 seconds. Go. Let's go. Everybody.
That's Joy.
Okay, we're gonna get moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so I'm assuming everyone who did not move has a Max Buddy sitting right next to them because you're about to work with your Max Buddy right now. Next page in the packet, or it may not be the exact next page, but look for a piece of paper that says My Buddy System. Max Buddy System, Max Buddy System. All right, please turn to your Max Buddy and ask them for their name, their cell phone number, or any other and write it down now. You have 30 seconds. Go.
Together.
I forget. Half a body in water every day. That's still goes on, huh? Yep.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2,
But I weigh 160 pounds.
so everyone's gonna dictate at least a phone number or an email
Oh, sure, okay. But I was like,
This is what you're going to do.
no, I was gonna say,
I can't call over everyone. Okay, so your max buddy is going to be your buddy for the next 10 weeks. This is what I want you guys to do. Every single day, you're going to check in with each other. You're going to make sure that your buddy gets to a class. It doesn't have to be the same class that you go to. Just check in with each other, that you both get to a class every single day. Now, if you want to take it a little step further, check in with each other by exchanging food logs. Food logs. Let your buddy know what you ate. Not only will it keep you accountable, but also it'll give your buddy a good idea. Oh, I might do that too. That sounds like an awesome meal. I'm going to try that. All right? You want to make sure that you and your buddy get to a class every day. You write down your food. You can share your food logs with each other. Your buddy is going to be there with you for the next 10 weeks. Don't let your buddy down. All right? We're there for each other.
What are we allowed to do to our
buddy, what's up, buddy?
Do we have anyone from 6:30 who doesn't have a buddy?
We're 6:30.
Oh, you did? I didn't see it.
Oh, Mickey! Mickey, come to each other.
All right, so with you and your buddy, you are going to keep in check. Keep check with classes. Make sure that you both get to each other. Text each other. Did you get to a class today? I didn't see you in class today. Are you going to a class? What class time are you going to? Let me know that you made it in. All right, next step. Next step. There's a piece of paper in there with a grid, a hand-drawn table that has a daily food log. And it has food journal, max serving. It's a hand-drawn table that I scribbled out. Yeah.
Oh, this?
This one right here. All right, so there's 1 day, 2 day right here. Right now, I want you to write down a sample food log for that first week that you wrote down. If you were following stage 2, you're going to write down a stage 2 sample. If you're going to do stage 3, you're going to write down a stage 3 sample. Write it down right now. You have a couple of minutes. You're going to exchange that with your buddy right now. You're both going to look it over together. Make sure it is accurate. All right? So get busy, write down a food log for the day, and you're going to switch with your partner.
For your,
So whatever stage that you're going to be following.
One copy of automatically gets This is not what I did. Okay, so now. We're in keep, you're in fire. Oh, the gear. Yeah.
You need to go on the first day.
Yeah, but don't worry. I'll send you the information. Yeah, me too. Food journal.
On the nutrition packets? Oh, normal scale. On the way out.
I'm sure it's still fit for someone. Fit for what? Good, you have it. Oh, the number?
That's going to push you, once you get those results, that's going to push you into overdrive. Get your numbers. Then after 5 weeks, go get your numbers again. Take a half hour out of your day. Get that blood work done. Write down those numbers on the sheet. Take down your inches, your measurements. We need those constant reminders throughout the challenge that are going to keep pushing you, right? We got to think about this. When's the last time, how long did I last the last time I got back on track? 3 weeks, 4 weeks? We need this to last the full 10 weeks so we can reevaluate it again in another 10 weeks. All right, so get those numbers down.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, now everyone, if you have a cell phone, a smartphone, get your phone out. If it's not dead, you have your smartphone. Now, in your camera roll, in your photos, if you happen to have a photo of your before picture or a photo of yourself prior to Max, get that out right now.
Scroll through thousands of pictures.
So red with no oxygen left to breathe.
All right, has everyone found a picture of themselves before Max?
Yeah.
You can visit your Facebook page if you need to. Look through those photos. If you happen to find a picture of yourself prior to Max, I want you to take a good look at that picture right now. A lot of times we focus on, oh my God, I derailed, I gained weight. I wish I could go back to when I was my lowest weight, within the Max time. A lot of times we focus on, oh my gosh, I've gained back 5 pounds, I've gained back 10 pounds. Oh, what have I done? All right, so everyone is going to go home with a piece of rope tonight. Now, this one big unity rope, all right, we're all in this game together. When one of us falls, we pick each other up. We're going to pull on that rope, pick each other up. All right, we always encourage each other to do better. We're always there for each other when we are down. We're one big family. You're all going to walk home with this. Now, with this little rope, I want you to keep this somewhere. You can put it on your keychain. Keep it somewhere, tape it to the mirror. Whatever you like to do, look at it every single day and know that whenever you have that time, you're down and out, you're feeling like crap, you don't want to go to class, you're going to be reminded by looking at that piece of rope on your keychain, you have to get to class. Do not let your buddies down. Right? We're one big happy family. No one's letting anyone down. We're going to pull each other up. All right, reach out to that buddy of yours. We're all here for each other, right? Right? Repeat after me. I am. Strong. I will. Do this. I can. Win. And I will. Awesome work, guys. Clap it up. See your class. Just bag around, guys. Passing these. Take one, pass it along. Everyone.